child of Chinese and Anglo-Irish descent in an increasingly Asian suburb of Southern California, I could count on one hand the Asian American role models I looked up to. Michelle Kwan, world champion figure skater and Olympic medalist. B.D. Wong, the actor then best known for his recurring role as the forensic psychiatrist on Law & Order. And Margaret Cho, comedian and creator of All American Girl, the first primetime sitcom to center on an Asian American family. So when I laid eyes on that photo of Anna May Wong, I instantly felt a pang of recognition. I had been searching for someone like her. That she'd lived nearly 100 years before me was both a surprise and a reminder that Asian Americans have been here all along. I thought I'd never seen anyone like her before, but in actuality, I had. My Chinese American mother had been a black-haired beauty in the late 1960s, styling herself in A-line dresses and miniskirts that she sewed at home, not unlike a teenage Anna May, who wore the latest flapper fashions. Mom had told me stories about her childhood in Los Angeles' Chinatown, how her grandfather, a prominent Chinese immigrant who owned the eponymous Sam Ward Company on Hill Street, stuffed her pockets with buffalo nickels and spoiled her rotten. Her father, Peter Moonji, could often be seen behind the counter at Sam Ward Company, ringing up customers for soy sauce, rice wine, cans of bamboo shoots, and other imported goods at the general store. One year, Sam Ward, who served as president of the Chinese Consolidated Benevolent Association of Los Angeles, a kind of unofficial mayor of Chinatown, presided over the ceremony honoring the Miss Chinatown pageant winners. He chose my mother, his prized granddaughter, to bring along with him. She's there in the publicity photos, a 5-year-old girl posed next to the Miss Chinatowns in their elegant cheongsams. I remember examining those photographs with intense interest as a kid whenever I stepped into my mom's office where they were displayed. The memory of this moment from my mother's childhood, a piece of Americana in its own right, came flooding back when Anna May Wong walked into my life. Though separated by many decades, my mother's life and Anna May's share many similarities. And yet, neither are the kind of stories we typically conjure up when we think of what America was like in the early to mid-20th century. By delving into Anna May's story, I realized I could help restore her legacy as well as shed light on an often overlooked part of American history. Anna May's career as an actress was filled with ups and downs, vacillating between periods when the gates of opportunity were opened wide and then, without warning, slammed shut in her face. Much has been written about the incredible challenges she had to surmount, and the unspoken racism that plagued her constantly as the sole Asian American actress of popular recognition. Some have called her death in 1961 at age 56, only weeks before she was to begin rehearsals for Flower Drum's song, a tragedy. Yet, in my opinion, it's impossible to truly understand her life within the Western concept of tragedy, or through contemporary society's prevailing logic of success and failure, winners and losers. According to that model, Anna May is doomed to be a tragic figure, a victim of circumstance. The Anna May Wong I know would never stand for such nonsense. Rather, I found it helpful to examine her life through an Eastern lens and to see the highs and lows she experienced as the natural course of things in the undulating flow that is existence. Human lives do not necessarily follow the neat story arc of exposition, climax, and denouement the way we like to think they do. They are messy, composed of hundreds of narrative arcs big and small, and frequently difficult to make sense of. Take, for instance, the Taoist parable of the farmer. The farmer is just living his life. Meanwhile, his neighbors take it upon themselves to comment on each and every turn of events that happens to him. They work themselves into a frenzy, alternately declaring the farmer's good fortune, "How fantastic!" or lamenting his bad luck, "What a disaster!" The farmer responds to his neighbor's judgments with indifference. "Maybe," he says, "maybe whatever has happened is good. Maybe it is bad." But the farmer knows there is no way to tell. The only thing he controls is how he responds to these events. Anna May rolled with the punches as gracefully as she could. She survived and even thrived, outlasting...